What makes private property, free market, and profit and loss system possible is limited government. What limited government is it allows us to assume individual responsibility.
The 12-cell matrix of the enterprise system is the cornerstone of this presentation.
The three most important parts about the free enterprise system is private property, free market, and the profit and loss system. But for today, we will be focusing on the free market. Private property simply means that if you earn $1, that's your dollar. You have the freedom to give it all away, to spend it all on yourself, to save it, or invest it, or any combination of these. The point is, it's your money and you can spend it how you want. In capitalism, the fate of a business is in the hands of the customers through decisions to patronize or not to patronize a particular business. Customers control the lifeblood of every profit-seeking enterprise, namely its revenues.
And we change the story from Dale Haywood of the three property owners to fit into our presentation.
Consider the following. 3 people own beautiful homes in Midland, Michigan. A hailstorm is forecasted and is expected to come directly from the east. Homeowner number 1, to protect the contents of his home, rushes down a local lumber yard. His goal is to buy plywood to tack over the windows of his home. Although the hailstorm is forecasted to hit from the east, forecasts are often wrong. The hail might, the homeowner reasons, strike from the southeast. It might hit from the northeast. So he reasons that to be on the safe side, he'll buy enough plywood to cover the east, north, and south sides of his home. At this lumber yard, it has in its inventory enough plywood to cover the windows on 3 sides of one home or one side of each of the 3 homes. When the homeowner gets to the lumber yard and discovers that the plywood is selling at a normal price, he decides to buy enough to cover all 3 sides of his home. Yes, he realizes he needs it more urgently for the east side of his home, but to be on the safe side, he decides to buy enough wood to cover the windows on the north and south side of his home as well. If homeowner number 1 buys all the plywood at the usual price, what happens when homeowners 2 and 3 get the lumber yard? They'll discover all the plywood has already been sold. Let's stand back and see what the results are. Homeowners 2 and 3 are not able to protect their homes from the most likely threat. They do not have the plywood to cover the windows on the east side of their homes. The plywood that they might have used for that purpose has been used for less urgent purposes. If the lumberyard owner had raised his prices and engaged in what some people call price gouging, this might not have happened. That would have given the homeowner number 1 pause. If the seller of the plywood had raised his prices and the homeowner doesn't buy all the plywood, then subsequent homeowners are able to buy some. Meanwhile, the higher price may entice plywood sellers from elsewhere to come in with additional supplies. Others will get creative. They will discover all sorts of alternatives. They may even find sheets of plywood they never knew they had in their attic or garages.
The lesson is, if business people can raise or lower prices, it ensures that resources are channeled into their most highly valued uses. Prices are signals. They embody large amounts of knowledge and expectations. They direct our consumption. They also direct production and distribution. Scarce resources are more efficiently allocated as a result. This works far better than expecting some powerful government agency to know what market conditions are and what prices should be at any given time.
What makes private property, free market, and the profit and loss system possible is limited government. What limited government is it lets us assume individual responsibilities for our own resources, and it allows us to spend our money how we want without interference. The only role the government should have is to defend against foreign and domestic aggressors. They should also only make laws that expand our personal rights, not infringe on them. If you'd like to learn more, please check out When We Are Free by Timothy Nash, Dale Medchik, Yevgeny Genchev, and Alexander Watts. All information provided today can be found in When We Are Free. Thank you for watching.
Created using Powtoon.